It smells like piss up here, and in this building there are homeless people staying because I saw their tents, so I will not disturb it any further. Hello and welcome. Today I will focus this final video on politics and populism from start to finish and our own responsibilities in regards to this. So what is politics? I'd say it's a contemporary framework set up by a few select to steer a larger mass. It's just like a business, although a business's only motto is to make monetary profit, and such aspirations do not belong in politics. When they are introduced, the political ideal fails. Now this can swiftly be corrected, which makes it look as if it was a success, but at what cost? In a global world, can we really make a profit over other people or other nations? Or will this backfire on us? And perhaps not on us, but our children in the future. Do politics only fail when the error is visible? In that case, to keep the political power, we can then redirect the attention to something else and make believe that the political status quo is in fact functional, when it's not. Populism, wishful thinking. We all have different desires, we have different fantasies, we are all promised our personal individual ideas, but since all know you can't promise everything to everyone, you can talk abstractly about promises and the goals and let everyone then believe that their personal hope for the future is exactly what's promised, without saying it. This way, the voter finishes the political promise in their own head, using their own desires to shape their believed outcome, while in actuality, such a promise was never made. But who cares? Because the only thing that matters is that the voter believes this up until they've cast their vote. So, an abstract promise can be Finland for Finns, Hungary for Hungarians, Serbia for Serbs. Another promise that's easier to start off with is everything was better before. So most people look back at their childhood in fondness, and that's why going back seems so appealing. But what's actually promised? Is it a time machine? Is it a reset of the world order to 1986? Or olfactory employment, perhaps? Or re-employment? No! When asked, populism will only answer with being against the problems of today, as if other parties aren't. And they will introduce simple solutions that, well, to the naked eye, it will require no effort of the voters. None of these simple solutions take into consideration a change in the world. An economical change, a social change, political change, ecological change, global change, or the fact that we are all together responsible for this change. We vote, we shop Chinese-made stuff, we go to chains, we quote commercials, we constantly check our phones, we digitalize, and we question those who do not. And we use Google. Google tracks you and your friends. They make sure they know everything about you so they can feed you with whatever it is they want you to believe. And this is where populism comes in. How can one make each person believe their own fairy tales? Well, by feeding us different stories about the same thing. So while we think we're talking about the same thing, we're actually not. And we blame each other for not understanding each other when we talk about the same thing that we think we're talking about when we're actually talking about different things. And this is where argumentation and listening is so important. But Twitter has taken that away, and we follow, social media, throwing dog shit at each other. I'm not sure if the gun is shooting at Alexei Lalho forever. In case it is, I guess forever's over, dude. Holy shit, look at that. I walked up the hallway and I'm running out of fucking patience. So I strained myself the last couple hundred meters maybe, and I still have a few meters to go. Oh my god, that is where I'm going. And there's a fucking Ferris wheel and all that. Oh, but I need to sit here and catch my breath so I don't die from cardiac arrest. Because it's not like I'm getting any younger, so. But it's beautiful up here. This is my view. So that was kind of a rude awakening. So I get up to the funicular, and the funicular is not working because there are no cables holding up any car. So they're just, this the funicular, it doesn't exist. So I'll have to walk back the same motherfucking way I walked up. So in the middle of all of this mountain, where you walked up 500 meters and you're like dying, you have this outdoor gym. Like who gyms here? Apart from He-Man. I'm walking fast now. Let's see how long it takes for me to get down. Oh, Christ. Feels like I'm on a quest to take back the ring to Mordor. Ты видишь фуникуляры? Здесь на фуникуларе так. Дело в том, что фуникуляр не существует. Большое спасибо вам за это крутой фуникуляр. Okay, that thing I said about the outdoor gym, apparently it's in use because there was a guy who just passed me jogging uphill. That is some serious Gebre Selassie shit. Almost 24 minutes later. And that was going downhill. Yeah, let's not do that again. We divide ourselves, and we divide ourselves to the benefit of companies and firms. Also point our fingers at each other rather than at them. Why? Well, because if I blame you at the lower end of the ladder, then I won't have to make an effort in changing or adjusting myself or my attitude at all. Whereas if I direct it upwards, I have to prepare to fight, spend energy and time, make sacrifices. And you can ask the thousands of Russians who are now sitting behind bars for speaking openly about this ludicrous attack on Ukraine. Ask anyone who's left the country. So what's going on in Sweden? Well, the drug-related gang murders I've talked about are out of control. Now the child soldier gang members from immigrant families are killing people with guns, with knives, with bombs. They detonate bombs anywhere they might think their enemy is. They don't give a shit if they kill bystanders, and they have. Now by child soldier, I do mean that the Swedish government is proposing a law where you can incarcerate 13-year-old kids for life. Yes, 13-year-old children. Now you can go through the trolling comments in this video and previous ones, I'm sure. Most of them have no head nor tail, but they make for an interesting study. And of course they don't bother me because they're not meant to bother me. They're meant to bother other people who read, which is why I sometimes feel the need to disarm these comments. And other ones I just leave for the sake of entertainment.